approach, a balanced approach. And earlier today, I spoke to the remarkable tech genius Sridhar Vembu, founder of Zoho Corporation, who we are very proud of.
From Asia's largest news headquarters, setting the agenda for Bharat. You're watching Republic.
Hello and a very warm welcome. This is 6 Stories at 6. I'm Gesu Bharadwaj and here are the 6 biggest stories of the day. Starting first, now the Congress Youth Wing's president has been arrested by the police over his confession of leading the shirtless protests at the AI Impact Summit. And in fact, moving on to the second case that we're tracking, which is also tied in, the Congress said that the Banyan protest was for the youths. Now, the youth in a Congress-led Karnataka state are out on the streets over the issue of unemployment. The third story that we have on this edition of 6 Stories at 6 is that the skies are now facing turbulence. At least 4 aviation emergencies have been reported within just hours of each other. What does this say about our aviation safety standards? Moving on, the 8-year-old Reyansh has been shifted to a coma unit after being shot by a celebratory fire. While the accused remains at large, the police has taken no cognizance of, yet no statements from the side of the authorities. Moving on, we also have the Karnataka High Court, which has now pulled up actor Ranveer Singh over his mockery of the film Kantara. In fact, the last that we're getting for you is that the self-styled godman, Avi Mukteshwaranand, has challenged the FIR against him on charges of sexually harassing minors. And you'd be shocked to know that the Congress seems to be on his side. Let's dive straight into the show. Viewers, now the Congress party's protest politics has taken another dramatic turn. And this time it is the arrest of Congress Youth President Uday Bhanu Chib over the shirtless display at the AI Summit in Bharat Mandapam. And the irony, you ask, he admitted to leading the protest to Republic TV. Meanwhile, this has now snowballed into a flashpoint for the Congress party, with Rahul Gandhi quickly jumping to Uday Bhanu's rescue. Take a look at this.
High drama played out as Congress Youth President Uday Bhanu Chib was detained by the Delhi police earlier today. This comes after he led the Congress Youth Wing into a shirtless protest at the AI Impact Summit in the national capital. While detentions were made on the floor of Bharat Mandapam that very moment, the Youth Wing president admitted to Republic TV that he is the perpetrator behind the chaos.
Youth Congress ने protest किया तो Youth Congress का idea boss.
Who gave the go ahead?
Our volunteers gave the go ahead. They are independent body. We Youth Congress. All the Youth Congress stood by them. हम उनके साथ हैं और हम एक साथ हैं और हम उनके लिए हम सब ने go ahead दिया.
Youth Congress President Uday Bhanu Chib has been arrested under multiple BNS sections, including Section 196 for prompting enmity between different groups on grounds of religion and race, which is a non-bailable offence. Rahul Gandhi reacted to the arrest, taking to his X handle. But there is dissent within the Congress since the shameless public stunt at the global summit.
Maybe there is some reservation on the way it was done. But protesting is not illegal, no? Maybe they could have done it better, maybe they could have expressed it much better. But this is what BJP also has been doing.
Earlier, the police had arrested 7 Indian Youth Congress workers, including 3 from Gwalior in Madhya Pradesh, for the protest staged at the Bharat Mandapam. While the chaos and the detentions continue, the Congress's political mess has not stopped. They also launched a protest outside the Patiala High Court.
Now viewers, the Congress's irony has come back to bite the party. The protest politics has backfired as hundreds of angry protesters stormed the streets of Dharwad in Karnataka. And what are their demands? To fill the vacant posts across government departments in the state. Viewers, where on one hand the Congress has said it staged protests outside the AI summit to rake up issues of the youth of a Congress-led state have brought the city to a standstill, and the Congress leaders are mum over it. Take a look. A massive protest erupted in Dharwad in Karnataka over government jobs. Hundreds of government job aspirants took to the streets in anger and fury, demanding for the state government to fill up all vacant seats. The protest gained momentum when opposition party leaders joined the youth of Karnataka, sinking their demands to fill up the empty government seats. In fact, the situation escalated when the police tried to regain order with efforts to pacify the aggression. This is happening in a Congress-led state, the same party that put up a shameless display at the AI Impact Summit, saying it was for the youth.
Youth Congress ने protest किया तो Youth Congress का idea boss.
Who gave the go ahead?
Our volunteers gave the go ahead. They are independent body. We Youth Congress. All the Youth Congress stood by them. हम उनके साथ हैं और हम एक साथ हैं और हम उनके लिए हम सब ने go ahead दिया.
Where are the Congress leaders now? What has happened to their fire of wanting to work for the youth? Or does it only awaken for political theatrics? Viewers, the skies are facing an emergency just a day after an air ambulance plane off the Redbird Airways crashed in Chhatra district in Jharkhand, killing all aboard. SpiceJet Boeing 737 with 150 on board forced an emergency landing after taking off for 59 seconds on air. Now, and soon after this, a Pavan Hans chopper also made an emergency landing in Andaman and Nicobar Islands. Is this a coincidence or a serious aviation issue? And what is at the root of this? Take a look at the next report to find out.
Three flight emergencies within hours. Does it reveal a serious safety issue in aviation sector? A Redbird Airways air ambulance carrying a patient crashed in the Chhatra district, killing all 7 on board. Reports have emerged that Redbird Airways was flagged for bribery during tender process, raising concern about bureaucracy oversight. Court orders indicate Redbird was flouted for corruption and yet continued operations. Meanwhile, sources from AAIB suggest engine found 200 meters away from crash site may indicate engine separated mid-air, which led to crash that killed 7. In Nagpur, a British Airways Boeing 787 flight made an emergency landing due to a technical snag. Although all 169 on board are reported safe, emergency landing of an international aircraft raises the question if the issue lies with the aircraft or ATC. Just hours before, a SpiceJet Boeing 737 made an emergency landing at the IGI airport in Delhi due to engine failure after taking off for 59 seconds. This is not the first time. Only a few days back, another SpiceJet flight had made an emergency landing in Mumbai when an outer wheel was found in the runway. But that's not all. A Pavan Hans chopper crash-landed in the waters near Maya Bandar in Andaman Nicobar Islands with 7 on board unharmed. All this points to a serious case of lapses in safety checks and begs the question, who is responsible?
Viewers, let's talk about what unfolded in Bulandshahr. Now, the 8-year-old child, still battling for life, has now been shifted to a coma unit. Reyansh, who should have been worrying about homework and cricket, is instead fighting to breathe after bullets tore through what was meant to be a normal afternoon, and 5 days later, the shooters are still at large. His parents are hoping for him to get better. But the bigger question is, where is the justice? Has law and order collapsed to the point where children are caught in crossfire and the accused walk free? And who is going to take responsibility when the UP authorities remain mum on the matter? Take a look at this.
This is 8-year-old Reyansh, battling for life in the coma unit. He is struggling to breathe. He went from playing on the roof of a neighbor's house to lying on a hospital bed, while his shooters who brought him in this state remain absconding.
अधिकार नहीं है ना।
वो परिवार वाले बोल रहे हैं कि वो बच्चा 18 साल का था भी नहीं, वो बड़ा है माइनर में।
भाई बोलने का अधिकार, आप वहाँ जाकर जो भी आपके प्रश्न हो वहाँ पे सीओ साहब हैं, आप उनसे जाकर
आपका बतौर थाना प्रभारी कुछ तो जिम्मेदारी
भाई नहीं बोलने का अधिकार है। आप जाकर वहाँ जो ऑथेंटिक है वो आप वहाँ जाकर कर सकते हैं। आप मुझ पर दबाव बना रहे हैं।
दबाव सर, मैं अपना काम कर रहा हूँ।
आप काम नहीं कर रहे
सर, जैसे आप अपना काम
लीगल बता रहा हूँ। किसी भी इसको रख लीजिए,
माइक में हाथ मत लगाइए।
बिल्कुल
मैं आपसे सवाल पूछ रहा हूँ, मेरा काम है सवाल पूछना।
5 days on, Uttar Pradesh police have failed to nab the shooters. Reyansh's parents, who are hoping for the 8-year-old to get better, narrated to Republic how Reyansh landed up in the hospital. They say the shooters fired about 20 to 25 rounds in celebratory gestures.
जिसमें कि मेरा बेटा ऊपर खड़ा हुआ था, वो प्रोग्राम्स को देख रहा था। तो प्रोग्राम देखते देखते उसने अचानक फायर कर दिया, जो फायर मेरे बेटे के कनपट्टी से होते हुए ऊपर की साइड वो निकला। गन शॉट होने के बाद बेटा मेरा ज़मीन पर गिर गया एक साथ, और ज़मीन पर गिरने के बाद मैं एक साथ उसको डॉक्टर के पास लेके भागा। मैं इतना कंफ्यूज और इतना ऑफलेस हो गया कि मैं उस बच्चे की कंडीशन को, अपने बेटे की कंडीशन को मैं देख नहीं पाया।
20 से 25 फायरिंग होने के बाद, और इवन इतने छोटे बच्चे को पेरेंट्स ने पिस्टल दी क्यों? वहाँ मौजूद जितने लोग थे सबने यही बोला कि ये हो क्या रहा है कि दोनों बच्चे अपने पिस्टल दोनों बच्चे अपने लगा के घूम रहे हैं। मतलब उनके तो एक खेल हो गया, लेकिन मेरी तो सब जिंदगी ही तबाह हो जाती। तबाह क्या, अभी भी कुछ कहा नहीं जा सकता। बस भगवान से प्रे है कि मेरा बच्चा जल्दी ठीक हो जाए।
The question now, how many more lives will be lost to this gunfire epidemic? How long before we wake up?
Viewers, now the Karnataka High Court has pulled up Bollywood actor Ranveer Singh during the hearing of a case where the actor challenged an FIR filed against him for mimicking Kantara actor Rishabh Shetty. The Karnataka High Court said you may mimic, you may do anything, but you have no right to hurt anyone's religious sentiments. Take a look at exactly what unfolded.
Bollywood actor Ranveer Singh had challenged an FIR file against him for mimicking Kantara actor Rishabh Shetty.
Anybody here want to see me in Kantara 3? Tell this guy.
Karnataka High Court heard the case today and came down heavily on the actor. Ranveer Singh had apologized on social media platforms for his actions earlier, but court said internet does not forget anything. The court said the actor must be responsible in his statements. He may be Ranveer Singh, he may be anybody.
Anybody here want to see me in Kantara 3? Tell this guy.
The court went on to say that despite apology, the internet never forgets, and that the actor has no right whatsoever to hurt anyone's religious sentiments. The court also questioned Ranveer Singh, will his apology take back the words? Ranveer's counsel admitted that the mimicry was completely insensitive. The court said actor's statement was deliberate and a gross ignorance. The state's counsel cited actor's marriage to Deepika Padukone, who hails from Bengaluru, referred to Ranveer Singh as Karnataka's son-in-law. When Ranveer Singh's lawyer argued that it was a careless statement, the State's Council said that since Ranveer Singh continued to mimic despite being told to stop, it was not reckless. Next hearing is on Monday, 2nd of March. The court also asked the state to not take any coercive steps till the matter is heard on Monday.
Anybody here want to see me in Kantara 3? Tell this guy. That one.
Viewers, a self-styled godman accused of sexual abuse of minors is being supported by politicians of the soil. Congress's Uttar Pradesh chief Ajay Rai landed up at Avimukteshwaranand's ashram in Varanasi and came out strongly in his support. This even after a POCSO special court ordered for an FIR to be filed against Avimukteshwaranand over sexual assault of minors. Take a look at this.
Political tug-of-war over self-styled Shankaracharya Swami Abhimukteshwaranand escalated today with Congress joining in on one side of the godman. Congress Uttar Pradesh chief Ajay Rai landed up at Avimukteshwaranand's ashram in Varanasi and came out strongly in his support.
इनके खिलाफ जो कार्रवाई की गई है वो भारतीय जनता पार्टी के लोगों ने करवाया। भाजपा का मंत्री क्यों नहीं आ रहा? डिप्टी सीएम लखनऊ में बटकों का सम्मान कर रहे हैं। अगर सम्मान करना है तो विद्या मठ आइए, शंकराचार्य जी से माफी मांगिए।
Avimukteshwaranand also found backing from former CBI director N. Nageshwar Rao, who paid a visit to his ashram after Rai. In the godman's battle with the Uttar Pradesh government, the Congress made a late entry. Samajwadi Party chief Akhilesh Yadav has been firing a daily salvo at the Yogi government, ironically projecting himself as a champion of a Sanatan cause.
दुख की बात है कि हमारे सनातनी धर्म के पूजनीय शंकराचार्य जी के साथ व्यवहार तब हो रहा है जब भगवाधारी हमारे मुख्यमंत्री हैं.
Ironic also because when Akhilesh was in power, he had his own run-ins with Abhimukteshwaranand.
हर व्यक्ति शंकराचार्य नहीं लिख सकता. हर व्यक्ति हर पीठ के आचार्य के रूप में जाकर के जहां तहां वातावरण खराब नहीं कर सकता. उन मर्यादाओं का पालन सबको करना होगा.
That was the first and only time that the UP Chief Minister, himself a priest, has spoken on the issue, exposing Akhilesh's double standards. The godman is known to wear his politics on his sleeves, a political jacket over his saffron robes. He has been confronting the Yogi government on the issue of cow slaughter, on which he finds the BJP going soft.
अब बहुत सारे महात्मा है जो कह रहे हैं कि हम सत्ता के साथ हैं. अरे भाई, सत्ता के साथ रहो, कौन मना करता है? लेकिन जो गौ हत्या को समर्थन देने वाली सत्ता है, जिस सत्ता के समय में गौ हत्या बढ़ रही है, जिस समय गायों की संख्या घट रही है, जिस समय बीफ का निर्यात बढ़ रहा है, उस समय तो उनसे सवाल पूछो.
On earlier occasions, he has called Rahul Gandhi a non-Hindu, prohibiting his entry into the Ayodhya Ram temple. Reason perhaps why the Congress made a late entry in his defense. His internecine battles with the priest of the Sanatan establishment over the office of Shankaracharya of Jyoti Math Peeth might have contributed to his present legal troubles.
वे शंकराचार्य ही नहीं है.
The priest's status as Shankaracharya is sub judice, the matter pending before the Supreme Court. On Tuesday, he approached the Allahabad High Court seeking anticipatory bail in an alleged sexual harassment case of two minor disciples.
यह पूरा मामला राजनीतिक प्रतिद्वंद्विता से, मैलाफाइड रूप से, द्वेष भावना के साथ दर्ज कराया गया और एक बड़ी कॉन्स्पिरेंसी है.
The accusations have come from one Swami Ashutosh Maharaj, who himself is a disciple of Tulsi Peeth head, Guru Rambhadracharya. Amid all this, a divided Hindu priestdom presents a sorry picture, and the battle might not yet be over.
And with that, viewers, we call it a wrap on this edition of 6 Stories at 6. But don't go anywhere. We'll keep bringing you the 6 biggest stories of the day right here every night at 6 p.m. on this show. Stay tuned to Republic TV.
MDH की हल्दी मिर्ची धनिया करे कमाल. ये रंग दे, ये खुशबू दे, ये तीखा, ये कम पड़े. क्या निराला MDH मसाला.
13,000 placements last year. At Amity, we are committed to nurturing passionate, hardworking and proactive professionals.
थोड़े में ज्यादा स्वाद ये तो है इसकी खास बात। वाओ मामा, क्या स्वाद है? अरे मेरे राजा। सबका राजा और मसाला। केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ रे, दिल झूमे देखो मतवारा हुआ रे। केसरिया से मन जोगी।
हर पल मनाओ केसरी त्योहार। विमल, बोलो जुबान केसरी।
ये है सीक्रेट रेसिपी MDH का जीरा सिप जल जीरा मसाला। सिप सिप जीरा सिप जीरा सिप MDH का जल जीरा सिप MDH का जल जीरा सिप।
Pure Shahi Paneer Masala. Delicious, healthy, every day.
The AI Summit is on. The focus is even more on AI, and with this talk of AI boom, jobs going, Vinod Khosla has made a comment which has created further panic in a panic-stricken environment. In my view, not necessary. He's a well-known tech billionaire and venture capitalist. He says IT and BPO services will completely disappear over the next 5 years. And then he says something as prophetic as, all jobs will disappear in 50 years. Now, this is not an offhand remark. Vinod Khosla is the founder of Khosla Ventures, established 2004, deep investments in AI, sustainability, medicine, and other technologies. He was also an early backer of OpenAI, and he made a lot of money there. In other words, he's not a casual observer. He's deeply invested financially and ideologically in an AI-driven future. So it is possible that he's used overstatement to make a point that also suits his overall business interests. But you see, the atmosphere is already volatile. Just 5 days ago, TCS shares fell to 5.5-year low. TCS just collapsed. And across India's IT corridors, there is a growing paranoia. Will automation hollow out all services? Will AI wipe out all jobs? Are entry-level jobs all at risk? So when a prominent AI investor like Khosla says that IT and BPO sector will disappear, it amplifies that panic. Khosla is a futurist. He's an attempted futurist. His job is to think in exponential curves. From his vantage point, radical transformation is profitable also. And that perspective naturally skews towards very aggressive forecasts. But to extrapolate that all IT, BPO will vanish, all jobs will vanish eventually.
Justice for Reyansh, a Republic campaign. Reyansh in coma, shooters on the run. Debating tonight at 8 p.m.
These pictures are from Jammu and Kashmir's Kishwar district, where Operation Trashi 1 is a planned mission under the joint operation of the Indian Army, the Jammu and Kashmir Police and the CRPF. These forces have never been as motivated as they are today. And each day their motivation levels rise. They are tracking the terrorists and they are killing the terrorists. Operation Trashi is an ongoing operation. We across India today need to stand with, salute, and every day thank ourselves that we have forces and men like this, relentlessly destroying through freezing terror, weather, wet terrain and dangerous topography. They are destroying terrorist after terrorist.
प्योर सूजी पास्ता उबालो मिलाओ और खाओ 8 मिनट में तैयार क्या टेस्ट है सबका राजा आर मसाला
यानी इस घर में कुछ है जो टूटता नहीं
ये पिलर कभी नहीं टूटेगा रुंगटा स्टील TMT से बना
रुंगटा नहीं तो घर स्ट्रॉन्ग नहीं रुंगटा स्टील TMT बार एकदम सॉलिड अब छोलिया हो या लोबिया सफेद चने या काले चने सब कुछ मजेदार बने
केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ रे दिल झूमे देखो मतवारा हुआ रे केसरिया से मन जोगी
हर पल मनाओ केसरी त्योहार विमल बोलो जुबान केसरी।
थोड़े में ज्यादा स्वाद, यही तो है इसकी खास बात। वाओ मामा, क्या स्वाद है। अरे मेरे राजा।
The AI summit is on. The focus is even more on AI, and with this talk of AI boom, jobs going, Vinod Khosla has made a comment which has created further panic in a panic-stricken environment. In my view, not necessary. He's a well-known tech billionaire and venture capitalist. He says IT and BPO services will completely disappear over the next 5 years. And then he says something as prophetic as all jobs will disappear in 50 years. Now, this is not an offhand remark. Vinod Khosla is the founder of Khosla Ventures, established 2004, deep investments in AI, sustainability, medicine, and other technologies. He was also an early backer of OpenAI, and he made a lot of money there. In other words, he's not a casual observer. He's deeply invested financially and ideologically in an AI-driven future. So it is possible that he's used overstatement to make a point that also suits his overall business interests. But you see, the atmosphere is already volatile. Just 5 days ago, TCS shares fell to 5.5-year low. TCS just collapsed. And across India's IT corridors, there is a growing paranoia. Will automation hollow out all services? Will AI wipe out all jobs? Are entry-level jobs all at risk? So when a prominent AI investor like Khosla says that IT and BPO sector will disappear, it amplifies that panic. Khosla is a futurist. He's an attempted futurist. His job is to think in exponential curves. From his vantage point, radical transformation is profitable also. And that perspective naturally skews towards very aggressive form.
Hello and a very warm welcome. You're watching Republic TV. I'm Gesu Bhardwaj, and the aviation sector in India is shaken today. At least 4 turbulences and even 1 crash reported within hours of each other. What's behind this? Who is responsible? And what does this say about our aviation safety standards? We're unwrapping all of that for you, but first, here's a check on your headlines for the hour. Take a look. 8-year-old Reyansh in coma after wedding gunfire rips through his jaw. Shooter, father on the run. A 6-year-old boy dies after falling into an open drain in Delhi NCR. The police claims there was no negligence. In another aviation tragedy, all 7 on board killed in deadly air ambush. Ambulance crash in Jharkhand. The probe remains underway. Redbird Airways was flagged in court for bribery during tender processes, fraud and corruption. SpiceJet engine bursts into flames mid-air. Passenger video captures terrifying moment. Viewers, starting first with our focus story of the hour. Now, the Civil Aviation Minister has chaired an important review and stock-taking meeting in Jharkhand plane crash incident. Now, Ram Mohan Naidu is sitting and looking at the details of the air ambulance crash incident in Jharkhand just earlier today. He's also chairing this meet with the Secretary of Civil Aviation and other officers. The meeting remains underway right now, and this incident happened early this morning. All people on board, including the passenger, were killed. The pilot, the co-pilot, the patient, they were all killed in the crash. Now, this is also related to the contentious aviation company, Redbird Airways. We're also being joined by my colleague Harsha to get us all details into the matter. Harsha, speak to us about the meeting that's underway. This seems like the authorities have now finally taken some cognizance. You know, we had a statement from the DGCA, the AAIB, but nothing from the ministers yet. Harsha.
Yes, you rightly pointed out. Now there's a meeting which is being chaired by the Civil Aviation Minister Ram Mohan Naidu. The meeting began at around 6 o'clock in the evening. The meeting is being chaired by the Minister himself. The MOS Civil Aviation, Mulidhar Mohol, is also in attendance in the meeting. Secretary Civil Aviation, Mr. Sameer Sinha, is also in the meeting. In fact, the DGC officials, including DG and other officials of the Flight Operating Inspection Department, are also in the meeting. The meeting includes the Jharkhand air crash and what has been the statement and the investigation so far by the officials at spot at the accident site, and also what the regulatory bodies have received from this particular aircraft, this particular charter company, Red Bird Airways Private Limited. What they have given any statement, and what has been found till now. Any loopholes has been found by the regulatory body in the sanctioning of license by the authorities to this particular charter company, Red Bird Airways Private Limited, or not. The meeting, it's almost half an hour since the meeting began. The meeting is already underway, and Minister is taking the review that till now what has been done in this particular incident, how far the investigation has reached, and what all are the reasons behind this tragic plane crash. So right now we can say that the meeting is underway, and all the details since morning to till now, whatever the developments, the regulatory body, which is the aviation watchdog, and the investigating agency AIB has found till now, all the reports in detail will be shared with the Minister. He will be getting the update and the follow-ups, which will also give us a light on what will be the future of the investigation and how so far the investigation has gone, and whether the Minister himself will be visiting to meet the families of the deceased in this tragic plane crash. Till right now the meeting is underway. We'll get to know more about the details of the meeting once the meeting concludes, but it's been almost half an hour since the meeting started by the MOCA Civil Aviation Minister Ram Mohan Naidu. Back to you.
Right, Harsha, thanks very much for getting us those details. In fact, viewers, quickly shifting focus to another breaking development that we're tracking at this hour. Now, the members of the ABVP have launched a protest against the Azim Premji University in Sarjapur. Now, this happens after ABVP members have alleged that an event held on the university campus was derogatory to the Indian Army. The protesters have accused the university of organizing a program that allegedly attempted to separate Kashmir from India. These are the visuals on your screens. They're live as the protest is happening. You can see a bunch of students holding the tricolor and posters over the derogatory remarks that were made against the Indian Army. These are the representatives of the ABVP who have stood against the Azim Premji University in Sarjapur. In fact, they have alleged that the university organized an event which was derogatory to the Indian Army. In fact, it also spoke about secessionist feelings between India and its beloved Kashmir. In fact, slogans were raised that Jammu and Kashmir is an integral part of India during the protest that is on your screens. The agitators also expressed strong outrage over the event. In fact, Republic Kannada is in constant communication with the youth of the ABVP that is out and about on the protest over the notorious event. In fact, during the demonstration, the protesters smeared black paint on the university's name board and also reportedly entered the campus premises. They also wrote "Ban Spark" inside the university premises as part of the protest. In fact, the escalations were so quick that police were deployed at the spot to prevent any mishap and maintain the law and order. The ABVP has now also demanded strict action against the organizers of the program and has called for accountability from the university administration. These are the visuals of protest against Azim Premji University in Sarjapur on your screens. Republic Kannada is closely tracking the entire story. These are the members of the ABVP who are protesting against the university for holding an event which was derogatory to the Indian Army. In fact, viewers, we're also being joined by my colleague Abhishek straight from Bengaluru from the Kannada newsroom to get us more details. Abhishek, you have been on ground. You can see the anger, the fury that's erupted. Tell us the sequence of events. What are the demands of the ABVP?
Yeah, well, with respect to the particular incident that has created outrage in Azim Premji University, which is being protested by the Karyakartas or the student wing of the Akhila Bharatiya Vidyarthi Parishad, They have started a massive protest against the Azim Premji University, which is located in Sarjapura, for alleging that there was an event that was being held at the campus, which is directly probably condemning or making the Indian Army law, and it is also derogatory to the Indian Army. And also, we shouldn't forget the fact that the protesters have accused the university of organizing a program that attempted to separate Kashmir and Jammu from the Indian map. And also, the ABVP students who were protesting in front of the Azim Premji University have continued to have continued their protest, and also raised slogans stating that Jammu and Kashmir is still an integral part of India and will remain the integral part of India. And they've also expressed a strong and clear outrage on the organization of any particular event which shows that the Kashmir is not the part of India. The police have been deployed at the Azim Premji University's location to make sure that the situation doesn't go out of control, and a lot of police have been deployed as of now, and we are expecting that this might be increased in the next couple of minutes if at all the situation doesn't come under control.
Yeah. Abhishek, in fact, continue being with us, viewers, just to give you a quick recap of what's been happening on your screens. Now, these are the visuals that come straight from outside the Azim Premji University in Sarjapur in Karnataka. These are the members of the ABVP who are launching a protest against the university for holding a notorious event and for hosting that event in a manner that was derogatory to the Indian Army. In fact, viewers, these are the visuals from Bengaluru. You can also see that they're using black spray paint to not just cover the name of the university, but also they are writing things that say ban Spark. Now, remember, viewers, this was not it. The event also gained skirmished momentum when secessionist slogans were raised, saying that Kashmir should be seceded from India. Now, coming back to our reporter Abhishek, who joins us on the phone line. Abhishek, speak to us about how this has unfolded. And is there anything that we've heard from the authorities, the university authorities, or otherwise? In fact, we're also told that the police tried to step in these visuals. We can also see some people standing in their khaki uniforms. But tell us about how this entire skirmish unfolded and what are the steps that we're eyeing next.
With respect to the management's version, Gesu, this might have come as a shocker to the management because they never expected the Karyakartas or the workers of the Akhila Bharatiya Vidyarthi Parishad to show the outrage in the form of a protest that too in front of the university's gate. And also the visuals, what is being shown on the Kannada and the English channels very clearly show that the Karyakartas of the ABVP have clearly used the black ink on the board of the Azim Premji University, and they've also used their slippers, which has been slapped on the walls of the Azim Premji University, indirectly showing the outrage on the act that had been conducted by the students of the Azim Premji University. On the other hand, we are awaiting the response of the university. We are awaiting the response of the Deputy Commissioner of Police of that particular area, because a suo motu case had to be organized. Suo motu case had to be filed against the students who played in a scenario where they mentioned the fact that Jammu and Kashmir were not the part of India. If the intention of the students was to spread fake and the false message in the country, there should have been a suo motu case registered by the police of the local jurisdiction. However, no such work has been done by the police.
ಅಜಿಂ ಪ್ರೇಮ್ಜಿ ಯೂನಿವರ್ಸಿಟಿ ಒಳಗಡೆ ದೇಶ ವಿರೋಧಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಕಬೀರ ಅನ್ನುವಂತ ಒಂದು ಒಳಗಡೆ ಏನು ವೇದಿಕೆ ಇದೆ ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ದೇಶ ವಿರೋಧಿ ಆಗಿರುವಂತ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮಗಳನ್ನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ.
Viewers, these are the visuals on your screens. Now, let me give you a quick recap. This is right outside Azim Premji University in Bengaluru, where the members of ABVP have launched a protest against a notorious event which had derogatory remarks made against the Indian Army. In fact, there were secessionist comments also raised during the event regarding India and Kashmir. Viewers, now quickly shifting focus, a shocking detail has emerged in the investigation of the air ambulance crash by officials of AAIB. The aircraft engine was recovered nearly 200 meters away from the main crash site. Now, according to the prelim information, such a significant distance raises the possibility that the engine may have separated mid-air, causing the aircraft to not just lose balance, but also nosedive into a crash. In fact, viewers, Republic TV went all the way to AAIB officials right outside the Redbird Airways office and tried to confront the officials and get answers and clarity out of them. Take a look.
What they have probed till now, and the owner of this airways is currently in Jharkhand, and we will give you the live updates. You can see the office is currently opening, the shutter is opening, so we will show you who comes outside and we'll try to have a word with him. Sir, क्या investigation का part है?
पता नहीं मेरे को। अरे मेरे को नहीं पता, चाय पीनी है तो बताओ, मैं चाय पिलाने वाला हूँ ऑफिस में, मेरे को नहीं मालूम।
See, the office shutter is half open. We'll try to get in and talk to the officials of this AAIB. They're not letting us open this shutter. Sir, क्या क्या इन्वेस्टिगेशन का पार्ट है सर?
सर प्लीज, अभी चल रही है इन्वेस्टिगेशन AAIB अंदर, प्लीज सर गिव अस टाइम। सर इट्स द breach of security sir, please. I can't say anything right now. I can't say anything sir, I can't say anything right now. Investigation is in progress.
What are the possible angles which you are probing? So why are you running away from our office?
They are calling me sir, they are asking for the documents, please.
So
Please.
can you please tell us what are the...
I will tell you everything. Give me 5 minutes. I will tell you everything. Give me 5 minutes only. Please.
Sir, any update?
I will update you. Give me 5 to 10. I am here only. Okay.
Sir, आपको क्या पता इन्वेस्टिगेशन के बारे में?
हमें कुछ नहीं पता भैया, मुझे कुछ नहीं पता। आजो भी हमारे
किस चीज को
भैया कुछ नहीं पता हमें इस चीज़ के बारे में, मुझे नहीं पता सर।
कुछ एंगल आपको पता है कि कैसे हुआ इंसिडेंट?
नहीं मुझे कुछ नहीं पता भैया।
क्या एयरक्राफ्ट फिट था फ्लाई करने के लिए?
पता नहीं भैया इस बारे में, कोई मैं ऑथराइज पर्सन वही देंगे जो भी होंगे, हमें नहीं पता।
सर बट आप यहाँ के ऑफिशियल है, आपको पता
नहीं
होगा
मैं ऑफिशियल नहीं हूँ, मैं ऑफिशियल नहीं हूँ, आई एम नॉट ऑफिशियल।
सर आप ऑफिस में आप काम कर रहे हैं, आपको तो पता ही होगा।
मैं भैया वो काम नहीं करता ना, मेरा कुछ और काम है, होटल में काम करता हूँ मैं नीचे।
Actually currently the AIB officials are coming outside the office. Ma'am, what are the See, you can currently see the AIB officials. Some officials have come out of the office. Please. So, what are the angles you are probing, sir? Ma'am, what are the angles that you are probing in the accident?
We are in process.
Sir, can you please tell us something about the incident?
I will come back. I will come back surely.
Sir, abhi aap agent outside. Can you please tell us?
I will come back. I am giving you guarantee. I will come back.
सर मैं चीफ ऑफ फ्लाइट सेफ्टी हूँ, कैप्टन मोहिंदर कौर। और सर हमें भी बहुत दुख है, फैमिलीज़ को अभी हम खुद ही शॉक में हैं कि ये क्या हो गया, क्योंकि हम तो लाइफ सेव करने ही गए थे किसी की, और ये एम्बुलेंस फ्लाइट थी, जो हमारा एक सेगमेंट था बिल्कुल।
Breaking development now, the ABVP members have launched a protest against the Azim Premji University over hosting an event which was derogatory to the Indian Army. In fact, we can just see that the members of the ABVP have also entered what looks like the premises of the university campus. In fact, viewers remember, this anger, this aggression comes after secessionist slogans were raised at this notorious event seeking Kashmir to be excluded from the borders of India. In fact, Republic Kannada is closely following this story with our reporters on ground continuously. And as the evening has set in, the protest has gained momentum. You can see ABVP members holding the tricolour and posters. In fact, they're also spray painting Ban Spark, which I suppose is the name of the event against which the slogans and the protest is being held. Now, Viewers, also, there was an earlier visual that we showed you just moments ago where they were using the black spray paint to paint out the name of the university. In fact, the walls from the outside of the university campus were being filled with ban spark slogans. In fact, Abhishek, my colleague, continues to get us more details on the matter, the ABVP's anger, and ABVP is also demanding answers against the event that was derogatory to the Indian Army. Joining me on the broadcast is my colleague Abhishek from the Kannada newsroom. Abhishek, speak to us about the recent developments. From what I understand, I think the ABVP members have now entered inside the campus of Azim Premji University. Abhishek.
The latest development is that as of now, we've clearly shown the visuals where the protesters from the ABVP have...
ABVP demands the ban of such student organization in the campus and also demand the NIA investigation on such students. Thank you.
Tell me.
I will tell one second.
ಅದೇ ಸ್ಪಾರ್ಕ್ ಅನ್ನುವಂತ ಒಂದು ಸಂಘಟನೆ ಈ ರೀತಿಯಾದಂತ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮಗಳನ್ನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ಅನ್ನುವಂತದ್ದು ಕೂಡ ABVP.
Viewers, we just heard an ABVP supporter saying that they're demanding the ban of the event and they are angry and furious over the event being derogatory to the Indian Army, to the very fabric that keeps this nation.
Such event in the campus. In November 13, they conducted an event against the RSS. In October 26, they conducted an event in support of Palestine. They conducted an event called Free Kashmir. They called for the liberation of Kashmir. We demand strict action against them. Justice! 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 Why is the university supporting? University is supporting such activities. We demand the university to suspend the students.
ಪೊಲೀಸರು ಕೂಡ ಈ ಪ್ರತಿಭಟನೆಯನ್ನ ತಡೆಯುವಂತ ಕೆಲಸವನ್ನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ನೋಡ್ತಾ ಇರಬಹುದು.
Members of the ABVP has in fact said that this is not a one-off incident. Multiple such incidents have happened inside the Azim Premji University campus in Bengaluru. Starting up, the members said that there was an event organized to support Palestinian cause. Another was organized to support the secession of India's beloved state, Jammu and Kashmir. In fact, we're being rejoined by my colleague Abhishek, who continues to be with us on the broadcast. Abhishek, talk to us about what's happening. The skirmish is getting bigger and Azim Premji University is now under scanner. Abhishek.
Well, if we go by the reaction of the student who just spoke to the Republic Kannada, he very clearly mentioned that this isn't one of the first incident in the Azim Premji University. He also mentions that there was a protest in support of Palestine in the month of November 2025. Yeah. On the other hand, in the same month, in the very particular month, the university students also staged the event where they demanded to free the Kashmir from India. Yeah. So is the university going against the India or is it going anti-national is a point which had to be answered by the university as of now, and after which the repeated event once again where they have showed or portrayed a verse or a sentence stating that Jammu and Kashmir doesn't belong to India.
Right, Abhishek.
The outrage of the ABVP students has been witnessed by the Azim Premji University and we are awaiting.
Yeah, Abhishek. Thanks very much for getting us that detail on the story. Viewers, now quickly shifting focus and coming back to the national capital. Now, a family of 8-year-old Reyansh exclusively spoke to Republic TV and recounted the horrific ordeal, the celebratory firing at a wedding procession in which their innocent child was left hurt and is now fighting for his life in coma in Uttar Pradesh. My colleague Rakshita Mishra is right outside the Fortis Hospital in Greater Noida, where this 8-year-old child has been admitted to coma. Rakshita, what is it the latest that you're picking up? This is unfortunate to say the least, and I can see the parents of the child are also with you. Talk to us about what's happening, what's their mood like.
Right, they have been running from pillar to post, of course, in the hospital and to check up on the status, on the condition of their child. We will just, in fact, take an update from the parents themselves. I'm right now with the parents, from both the father and mother. Sir, अभी situation कुछ देर पहले एक statement आई थी कि वेंटिलेटर सपोर्ट से हटा लिया गया है रियांश को. आपने चेकअप किया है, कैसे अभी तक क्या अपडेट है?
अपडेट ये है कि डॉक्टर ने मुझे बोला था कि हम एक बार बेटे की तरफ से वेंटिलेटर हटा के देखेंगे कि क्या कंडीशंस हमें क्या रिएक्ट मिल रहा है, बट फिर उसके बाद उन्होंने 10 मिनट के लिए वेंटिलेटर हटाकर देखा डॉक्टर ने, और डॉक्टर ने फिर मुझे बाहर भेज दिया। जब वेंटिलेटर मेरे सामने ही हटाया था, तो जब डॉक्टर बाहर आए 15 से 20 मिनट के अंदर, तो मैंने उनसे पूछा कि क्या कंडीशन है रियांश की। तो उन्होंने ये बोला मुझे कि अभी 2 से 3 दिन और हम वेंटिलेटर पर रियांश को रखेंगे, उसके बाद ही कुछ बता पाएंगे। अभी बच्चा कोई ख़ास मूवमेंट नहीं कर पा रहा है, जिस वजह से वो कुछ जवाब नहीं दे पा रहे हैं। फिर मैंने डॉक्टर से पूछा, मैंने डॉक्टर प्लीज़ मुझे ये तो बता दीजिएगा कि मेरा बेटा खतरे से बाहर है या नहीं। तो पेरेंट्स का डॉक्टर्स का कहना ये था कि अभी आपको 1-2 दिन वेट करना पड़ेगा, उससे पहले हम कुछ भी नहीं कह सकते। जब तक बच्चा वेंटिलेटर पे, हम कोई बात नहीं बोल सकते आपको।
मैम उसको अभी अगर आप कंडीशन बताएं, क्योंकि जो गोली है वो सर को चीरती हुई गई है, स्कल जो हड्डी है उसको चीरती हुई गई है, क्या कुछ आप बता सकते हैं उनको कितनी कितनी गहरी चोटें हैं?
मैम जैसे कि डॉक्टर ने बोला था कि अभी वो अंडर ऑब्जर्वेशन है और अभी एक सर्जरी उसकी हो चुकी है। बाकी टेस्ट अभी उसकी हालत इतनी नाजुक है कि कुछ टेस्ट डॉक्टर अभी नहीं कर सकते। वो बोलते हैं कि थोड़ा सा जब ये रिकवरी पे हमें लगेगा कि चांसेस है, उसके बाद हम फिर वो टेस्ट करके तब आगे हम ये देखते हैं कि कितनी इंजरी इसकी है और उसके अकॉर्डिंग हमें और आगे क्या करना है। तो अभी ना इस बारे में कुछ डॉक्टर्स भी नहीं बता रहे, बोल रहे हम लोग अपनी कोशिश कर रहे हैं, लेकिन बाकी अभी टाइम के अकॉर्डिंग देखते हैं, क्योंकि बच्चा छोटा है और एक साथ हम सब कुछ नहीं कर सकते हैं।
5-6 दिन हो चुके हैं, लेकिन अभी तक जो है आरोपियों को पकड़ा नहीं गया है। आरोपियों को पकड़ा नहीं गया है, ना वेपन जो बंदूक है वो अभी तक बरामद नहीं की गई है।
कोई हम लोग यहाँ पर इतने डिस्टर्ब हैं कि हम लोग वहाँ की तरफ इतना सोच ही नहीं पा रहे हैं। लेकिन फिर भी मैंने इनको बोला कि इधर हम लोगों में से एक यहाँ देखेगा, बट लेकिन वहाँ भी आगे भी आप कुछ करो, क्योंकि जो पेन हम झेल नहीं पा रहे हैं ना, तो मैं ये चाहती हूँ कि वो लोग भी वो दर्द को महसूस करें। आप ये देखिए कि अपने बच्चों को इतना तड़पते हुए देखना। आज वेंटिलेटर को 10 मिनट के लिए उन्होंने डॉक्टर ने हटाने की कोशिश की थी, वो इतनी बुरी तरह छटपटा रहा था ना कि डॉक्टर्स भी बोले कि इसे तुरंत वैसा का वैसे ही करा जाए। मतलब
बैग उसी कंडीशन में रख दिया डॉक्टर ने, बैग उसी कंडीशन में उसको रख दिया। फिर मुझे ये बोला कि 2 से 3 दिन हम वेंटिलेटर पे और रखेंगे, और अभी मेडिसिन रिकवरी के लिए और हम चेंज करके देख लेते हैं एक बार कि क्या रेस्पॉन्स आता है।
जब आपने रियांश को देखा, अभी
जब मैंने अपने बेटे की कंडीशन देखी तो शायद मैं उस कंडीशन को नहीं देख पाया, तभी मैं डॉक्टर के सामने वेंटिलेटर हटाने के बाद रूम से आउटसाइड आ गया था। आईसीयू से मैं बाहर वेट करता रहा डॉक्टर का। मैंने कि डॉक्टर थोड़ा जब निकलेंगे तो मैं एक बार उनसे कंफर्मेशन कर लेता हूँ कि मेरे बेटे की कंडीशन अब क्या है, बिकॉज जिस कंडीशन में मैं उसे आईसीयू से देख के बाहर आया तो शायद मैं उस कंडीशन को नहीं देख पाया। बाकी डॉक्टर्स